Hi, welcome to IOH, Democratizing Personal Experience. In this lecture, I will talk non-stop without taking break. There is some key point about study in Taiwan and my non-stop learning attitude, and I will talk about the global business. Here is my table of content. Basically, I will talk about myself and why I choose Chinese Culture University, and in Chinese Culture University why I choose global business. And I will also tell you about some interesting course that I learned there, and I will share some experience about my thesis and some activity that I did during my university. That was the case competition and the experience of my Chinese learning. And later I will talk about what the difference between master and bachelor student. I will also tell you something about Taiwan and India. And in the final, I will share you again what I learned from here. So this is me, Rahul Kumar. In Chinese, it's Lo Hu. And I'm from India. My hometown is Bodh Gaya, as you can see in the map. It's like center next to India. And my place is Bodh Gaya. This place is very interesting and it's quite famous because Bodh Gaya is a place where Lord Buddha got enlightenment. If you follow Buddhism, you basically know this place. So I will tell you about my trait. I'm actually a kind of person who loves to learn. Yep, I learn a lot of things and I keep learning. Yes, but I don't like to learn very deeply, the truth. So my basic study is in India, and I had my high school and my senior high school in India. And after completing my high school, I took computer science for my bachelor study because I was very interested in computer, and that time computer was very popular. So I studied bachelor in computer application. That university was not so far from my city, but that university was very famous. For that, I think 2,000 students applied for the admission, and only 300 can be get admit. So on that exam, I placed 125th rank, so that I also got scholarship for my whole study. Later, after graduating, I plan to learn a language. Then I decided to learn Chinese. So that time I have two options to go for Chinese classes. One is Taiwan, or I should choose China. So I choose Taiwan for my study because that time I think it was much freedom in Taiwan compared to other places. So Taiwan was a turning point of my life because when I come to Taiwan, it changed my view. As when I come here, I see no one student is running behind score. Everyone is like following their passion, what they want to do, that they are doing. It's like I feel very happy to seeing this, that every student is following their passion. No one is like very keen for the scores. So I will tell you about how I started my study in Taiwan. So at first, when I come to Taiwan, I started studying NTNU and Mandarin Training Center. In Chinese, it's Sifan Daxue. So I started learning Chinese here, but I come from a small city, and suddenly if you start living in Taipei, then I feel it's very rush here, and like the living cost was very high, and I have so less friend over here. So this kind of making me a little uncomfortable. So later my friend advised me to learn Chinese in Taichung, and he advised me to go to Fengqia University. So I moved to Fengqia after 3 months, and I find Fengqia is very suitable for me because the weather was very nice. It was same like the weather I live in India, and the tuition fee was way cheaper than the Taipei, and Taichung living cost is also cheaper, and the bus charge is very low. If you take 10 kilometer of bus, then it will be free for you. And trust me, the food in Taichung is far better than Taipei. So I started learning Chinese over there. I want to tell you something, good thing about learning Chinese is that it's easy to take admission. You only need some document from your undergraduate or graduate, however, like what you have studied, and you will need to take small entrance exam to choose your class level, that which class you are perfect for. And then one benefit is for learning Chinese is that if you think your Chinese is enough good or you have some issue, then you can stop learning any time or any semester you want. So after learning computer science, I completed my Mandarin Chinese, but learning Chinese was not my final step. I was learning for my additional knowledge. So I decided to learn business in Taiwan. So because when I was in Taiwan, then it's make me like Taiwan education system is very good for me for studying. And then I made my choice to learn global business management in Taiwan. I think I saw the advantage over here is like the classes are complete English program, and they have scholarship and very good study environment. So I also want to study global business management because I have my dream, because I also think like what I want to do after my study, what I want to be. So my dream is to be business to business manager, because I want to use all my study, all my knowledge, what I learned from my childhood. And in the business manager, it's like I have to do the effort about the marketing, the company position and the awareness, and about the like site development and some legal aspect. So I think business manager will be very suitable for me to doing this job. Now I will talk about Chinese Culture University and why I choose Chinese Culture University. First, I want to say something about that. When I was in Taichung, then many former students who graduated from Chinese Culture University, they suggest me to go to CCU for study, because they say the CCU is very good and the English program are very perfect. So I want to tell you something about CCU, that about their geographical location, and it is in Yangmingshan. This is very beautiful place in Taipei, and one thing I want to tell you that PCCU is the highest university in Taiwan. So this is the map of the PCCU from Qiantan to our school. It's like it just take 30 minutes or 35 minutes to go to the school, and there is bus and many kind of transportation you can use. So as I told you, PCCU is the very beautiful university in Taipei, because the weather is very good and air quality is very nice. Something you need to take care in PCCU is that weather is changeable, because it's change in minute. If we just it's sunrise now and we go to the class, and after it start raining and the wind is very strong. So yes, you need to have your umbrella or your raincoat with you. And now I will talk about with you about the transportation. University arrange so many kind of transportation for us. They are super for the arrangement. They don't want to we student face any kind of problem. So we have school shuttle bus, and it's R5. It start from Qiantan station to CCU, and the fare is less than $10. And it's after you finish the class, and you can take the same bus to come to the downtown. And also we have shared taxi, then I think it's the perfect for the students. If you are in hurry, then it will just take you 25 minutes to come to the main city from the mountain, and the fare is only 70 student per person, and in the car it's like we can sit 6 person in the car. And I will talk about the dormitory. It's in the campus, and in the one room 3 students can live there, and the room are pretty big, and like we have attached bathroom in there, and our studying table, and for our bed. So it's very comfortable for us, and it's so affordable. Then we only need to pay 15,000 NT dollar for one semester. I think living in Taiwan, 50,000 for one semester is so less. And for me, the benefit is that it is very convenient for the class, because it just take 2 minutes to go to the class. Just go out to the dormitory and your class building is in front of you. So it's very convenient for me. And the rooms and the view from the windows is very beautiful. I think the best study location, better than the library. And the dormitory internet is very fast, even they provide 5G, and we have fresh and clean water. Then we don't need to pay anything to from outside, because if it's not, then we need to spend so much money for the drinking water. And we have so beautiful scenario from the windows. So just take your laptop, sit there and enjoy the view, and you can keep studying. Well, I will talk with you something more about the school facilities. That we have our own canteen, so you no need to go outside from the campus. Of course, we have so many canteens outside of the campus, but during the lunch break we have only 1 hour of time, so I think it's very good to utilize that time. And canteen food are very cheaper. If I can take many things as I want, and I only need to pay like 70 to 80 NT dollar, and I think it's very cheaper. And in the canteen also there are many kind of like bafang or any hot pot restaurant we already also have available there, so you can change any food you want, or you can eat many varieties. And the school also care about our health. That's why they provide free gym and also swimming pool. And we also have a gym that you need to pay a small amount of money, like 300 NT or 600 NT for the 6 month of membership, and they have a lot of equipment to do your workout. So I think it's very good, and because they know about our health, so I think I appreciate school about this. And now I will talk with you about something about admission process, that you may you should know this thing. And school is like as other school, you can fill your document online, and you need to submit all the required documents within the deadline. One more benefit to studying in CCU or applying for CCU is that we have the admission process is in the 3 page. Like if the admission start from December end, then it will be continue to January end, and after that it will be second phase will be in the February, and the third will be in March. So better you should you should check the date, confirm, so you can go visit to the school website and you can see the deadlines. But good thing is that we have 3 chances to apply. So as me, that when I finished my Chinese language, then I already was in February, but hopefully CCU have the give us opportunity to apply on that time. So I was very happy that I didn't cross the deadline. And after getting admission letter, then if a university thinks your document is good enough to study in our school, then they will send you the admission letter, and you can take this admission letter to apply visa in your country, or if you are learning Chinese in Taiwan, then you can change your visa too. And After getting visa, you need to come to Taiwan and pay the tuition fee. And if you are in Taiwan, you can go to the 7-Eleven, even in post office or Family Mart, or even you can go to direct to the school to pay the tuition fee. And after that, school will give you a temporary student ID card that you can use for applying the ARC. Now I will talk about exchange students. Then you may know whose student can exchange for the university. So I would like to tell you that students from all over the world come to the PCCU for studying. And CCU have so many sister university. It's like even in Korea, Japan, USA, European Union, even in India and Russia and so on, even in so many countries. So you can check for that. And school also provide double degree program for the students who wants to go to abroad and get some special certificate. Like school provides some study abroad program, is like they share with many popular university like Oxbridge universities, Cambridge, and even with the UCLA University, California, and many others. Better you can check on the internet. So school also provide a scholarship, because when any student want to apply for a university, they will definitely look for the scholarship. So I would like to tell you about school provide two kind of scholarship for the student. One is MOFA, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and the second is CCU scholarship. MOFA is like you need to submit your document and have made application on their website, and after checking your application, MOFA will decide whether to give you the scholarship or not, as your according to your document and according to your research and your study. So if MOFA accepted you as a scholarship, then they will provide you 30,000 per month for the degree program, whether you are studying bachelor, master, or doctor program. So, and they will also give you one-way economic plan ticket to or from Taiwan. The second is CCU scholarship. CCU divide their scholarship in three parts, so there is high chance that students can get any kind of scholarship. The first is half scholarship, and the full scholarship, and the third is internship. In the half scholarship, they will provide you half of the tuition waiver, and in full scholarship, school will give you full tuition waiver, and the internship will be like you need to work for the school for 6 months, and they will give you 33,000 NT after the finishing your semester. So I think it's a very good chance to study in CCU, that to getting the scholarship possibility is very high. But some requirement for CCU scholarship is also like your English language certificate. Yeah, you should be like have some English proficiency test, IELTS or TOEIC or any kind of TOEFL exam, and you should be have experience of like you take participate in the activities, and you have good grades in undergraduate. So it will be very helpful when you apply for CCU, and will be make you better chance to get the scholarship. School also care for some student who don't get any kind of scholarship and still wants to study in CCU. Then they give them a chance to pay their fee in the installment. So even you can start studying here and can do part-time job, and you can collect few money for your fee. So I think school very care for the students, international students who come to CCU. And one more thing I want to tell you, that not so many university provide that. CCU provide Chinese and English classes for without any charges. Yes, they provide it for the free. They don't they want the students to come and learn English or even Chinese if you have like a problem on speaking or in listening, you can choose class according to your ability, and you can just read it without any problem or without any payment. Well, now I will talk about GBM, Global Business Management, and the reason why I choose Global Business Management. Well, this program was very unique, and it was the combination of a MBA or IBM or EMBA, even many others management study. Global business is combination of all things. So I think it's very unique to study. And one more thing was that in global business management there was so many different type of courses related to finance, management, and tourism. So, and even I want to as I told you that I want to do a job related to business to business. So global business also teach us the experience to negotiate with the companies. So I basically I want to choose global business. And I also want to tell you about the benefits of the GBM. It's like you can get international perspectives. It's like you can look for international boundaries, trade, and global economics, and you can also know about how to negotiate with the diverse culture, because when you are about to open your company or doing your business, the customer will be not only from your home country. So this is my students, my classmates who are in the global business management, and they are from all over the world, from Philippines, Honduras, I'm from India, and Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam. So a lot of students, even from the France. So it was like we have diverse culture in our global business management, and this also teach us the development of management skills like strategy thinking, communication, decision making, leadership, problem solving, and your problem reporting. The also one of more the benefit is to build your own business knowledge. You should know about how to manage diverse team. When you have your own company and you separated the workers in the team, then how you can manage them, because they could be from different country, different nation, and even different language. So you can build that knowledge, and you can work on the business, how the business process. Now, one more thing I want to tell you about the global business managers is they have so many other departments, including in global business, is that College of Business, International Business Management, Consumer Behavior, Human Resource, Tourism Marketing, and Commercial Law. Now I will talk about the core area of global business management is international trade policy, and accounting and finance, and the tourism. First, I will talk about the international trade policy. Like this will provide you like with key insight regarding how trade policy is formulated and negotiated and implicated. Like if you want to develop any kind of product, then how you can form this and how you can negotiate with the trade partners. So it's very important to learn about the international trade. And the second is the accounting and the finance, because strongest accountancy can have a highly positive impact on business performance. Like if you plan well, if you have well planning on your even your finance wise or accounting wise, then you will definitely get high value, because there will be less chance that you will lose if you have a well planned. And third is about the tourism. When people will think why tourism in the global business management, but of course we cannot deny it, because tourism brings a lot of investment in the country. If we can take example of Thailand or some other country, Los Angeles, they have like a best tourism site, and their country earn a lot of money. So this will also teach you like with the international communication and with the different culture, so you can have good knowledge of your business. Something I want to tell you here, and I will quote this, that if some student who doesn't belongs from the business background, if you take example as myself, then I have a bachelor. In the bachelor, I study computer science, so I don't have a little information about the economics and accounting. So for the global business management, if you don't have business background, then you need to take prerequisite course, and in this course basically you need to take economics, management and accounting. During this time you will study with undergraduate students, and you also can get knowledge how the studying method it is in the undergraduate program. So I think it was very nice experience when I was studying with the undergraduate students, the bachelor students. I was like I back to my previous life when I was in my school. So now I will tell you about the required courses that we need to take during global business management. Minimum you need to take 24 credit as a required course and 9 credit as elective course. You should know one more thing here, that the required course will be selected by the universities, so you have no right to choose or change any kind of credit or any kind of required courses. But for the elective course you can choose or select according to your interest. Here is the list of the required course, and it's the 24 credit. You should understand that this may change in the different year, so better you go to the school website and check the school prospectus. One more thing I want to tell you about the global business management in CCU is that they provide one specialization certificate. It's like during studying you can take some extra course, elective course, and you can get a special degree. Yeah, a special degree for your MBA. You will get one MBA degree. With that you will also get a specialized degree. So I think it's very good because GBM is very big, and inside if you are a specialist for some like tourism or international trade, then it will be very good when you go to find the job, and the company will have no issue to know that which kind of ability you have. So as you can see, the school have five type of special degree. The first is international trade and marketing. That is what I am taking right now. I'm taking these courses, and you should have 1 year of economics. So, and after that you can take three courses from that, and with your required course then you can get your international trade certificate. And even if you are interested in accounting or tourism management, and even in the information management and banking, it's applied the same. You can choose these courses, and these courses are in elective course, so it will be so convenient for you. And after the graduation, after finishing all this course, you can get a special degree. So who is the suitable students to study global business management? Who can study global business management? I will tell you about this. So the students who have basic knowledge of English is liable to study global business management, like IELTS 5.5 plus or TOEIC 700 plus, or any kind of English language certificate equivalent to this. Then you are like perfect to study global business management. and also is like the students who have the desire of working with multinational companies, then they can also follow their passion and study global business management, that it will help you on your job prospectus. And you should understand that if you have interest on economics, finance and business, then of course you are suitable to studying global business management, because you need to have interested in this thing, because you will study all this thing in the global business management. I want to say something about the myth of the studying global business. Is like some students think that it's very hard to study and have no time for their personal life, but it's not true, because you only need 2 or 3 required course and 1 or 2 elective course one semester, so you will get plenty of time for yourself. And students think they will not have their time for like going somewhere or having chill, but it's not true. You have enough time in Taiwan to go here and there and enjoy with your friends. But yes, on the 3rd semester you need to have start thinking about your thesis, and you need to start worrying, because you will starting getting many tasks on that time. And some of students think it's very hard to graduate, but it's not true, because when you are in global business management, and even in the 1st semester, you can choose your advisor, and she will or he will help you on your thesis. So from the first time you can have concept that you will develop your framework and your methodology, that what should you follow and what is your interest. So it will be very easy for you to when you start writing your thesis, and it's not hard at all. Of course it's not that easy, but it's not impossible to complete. And the 3rd thing I always hear from the Taiwanese students and some other country students, that my English should be like same like native speaker. My reading or my listening should be same like native speaker, but it's not true. Even if you can understand my presentation, that your English is enough good to study global business management, and you are welcome to study this course. So during study global business, you have some rewards that you should know, because if you during that study, if you get top 2 students in the semester wise, then you will get 10,000 NT dollar as scholarship, and you can spend this money anywhere you want. So 2 students can get 10,000 NT dollar. And the second is, if your score is very good and your presentation is good in the class, and you also participate in the activities in the school, so you can get a Taiwan scholarship, and they will give you 50,000 NT dollar for your extra present. And I am the student who get this scholarship last semester. So I was very happy that time, and of course, because I'm getting 50,000 NT dollar, and you have also potential to get that. So study well, get a good score and good presentation, and take the participate in the activities. So there will be high chance you can get this scholarship. So I want to tell you what I understand, what I learned in the global business management is that about the personal development. Before, when I start speaking about something about some company, then I hesitate, or I have no good idea then what should I tell. But right now, because I have researched in many companies, Tesla, Google, Apple, and many type of companies, so now I know how to deal with this thing. So now I think I developed some personal attitude to handle this thing. And if now I talk about something, so I have a variety of idea to share. And then second I understand is that how the business works, because after learning these courses, then I realized business is not only that what a producer or the company is thinking. We need to implement what customer wants, what they need, and what our products should be according to that. We can get their feedback and what features they are required, and our product will be like that. So the business will be very good, and you will get a good revenue and good profit. And one more thing I studied during global business is that how business model work in the European Union, because EU as a group of 27 countries, and different language, different borders, and even some countries have not euro but different currency, and some countries have euro as like main currency. Then how this company works, because if it's the border wise, then it's not easy, right? It's not easy to do trade, but they do so and they have no any issue. So during global business management, I also study about how European Union business works. So this teach me a lot of things, and I learned a lot. So now I will talk about the interesting course that I learned in the global business management. And I think every course was very interesting, and every course teach you something, and they made for some special reason. But the course attracted me the most was the required course, and it was business ethics. This class was taught by head of department, Dr. Ko, and he was very experienced person. When he took the class, actually he teach a lot of things, and when he talk very professional. In this course, I'll study about the legal implication, how to avoid this, and what the problems we can face in the real life. Then how companies and even the worker can tackle this and find a good solution to work on that environment. As an example, if I tell you that if a boss tell me to do something illegal and they tell me to do something very fast, for that I need to brave or have to force the government employee, then what should I do? Should I brave, or should I find some other way to complete that task? So this kind of problem we can face in the company, in our real life, when we will start our working. So on that class there was like more than 13 nation of students, and when he asked question, then he asked the opinion from every student, and everyone tell their own view. So before I have only one thinking, but later when I listen everyone, then now I have 13 kind of view. So that class was very interesting, and I get so many idea on that class. So I think it was worth to study that. The second course that interested me more was the international business strategy, and this was the required course while I was studying. In this course, teacher took us to the field trip. It's like she took us to the Asus and to the Novotel hotel, and she want us we know the strategy, that how the company works, what the real problem, real issue over there, and we have freedom to talk with the manager and with the employee, and we can talk with them and find some like what issue is there, and we can write it down. And later when we come back to the school, then we met in the team, and one team will be the 3 students, and we find the possible solution for the question or the problem, and we present in front of our class. And even teacher, if she thinks our suggestion or our solution is worth for it, then she also share with the company. So in this class we really understand about how the actual problem the company faced on that time. And the third course I want to tell you about the consumer behavior, and it was the elective course while I was studying. In consumer behavior, I study like how to develop artificial needs. Like if you are thinking to run your business and you want to make a new taste, so how you can tell to your customer or your consumer that you should try this one and it will be very good. And you need to think according not only from the marketing perspective, you also need to think about the consumer perspective. As example, if I take a Coca-Cola, then of course we can drink water and we can survive. But Coca-Cola made a beverage and they made a good campaign and let everyone taste the flavor, and now they make like a kind of artificial taste, and people, if they once have drink something after water, they will prefer to drink Coca-Cola. And as we all know, the market share of Coca-Cola is so big in this world. So in this course we learn about how you can develop your own need, on artificial need, and you can manage your customers to buy your product. Now I will talk with you about my thesis, and yes, it is in progress because I haven't graduated yet, and it's still going on. So I want to tell you the topic about my thesis is that it's like a kind of study that examines the potential theoretical relationship between mid-range hotels website and their qualities, and also their attitude and e-trust, and about their online booking intention. And this mid-scale hotel is in Taiwan. The reason to do this research, during the field trip, I went to Novotel Hotel, and then I realized that the hotels are basically dependent on OTA, online travel agencies like hotel.com or booking.com or Agoda or so on. So I want to have some research on that, why hotels have done potential to like their customer use their own web page to book the hotels. So from that time I want to do this research, and I want to make the web page more attractive, that can have like attract the customer intention. My plan for the thesis is that I will do a survey in the few mid-scale hotels in Taiwan, and I will use number of questionnaire to understand customer behavior. I will share the question to those who stayed in the hotel, and when they will fill up the form, I can have some small gift for them, so they will not feel that I waste their time. There will be some possible difficulties that I can face during this survey. It's like survey can take many weeks or many months. I think so, because some customer, if they are in rush and they fill the form with incorrect information, then that form will be not suitable for me or will be not used for me. So might be I need to throw it, and I will look forward to get more data so I can run SPSS model or other software to calculate my result. So now I want to talk with you about some extra activities that I took during studying in global business in Chinese Culture University. And the reason to participate in the competition and the activity was like I want to participate in some professional activities. They are related to some professionals. So I take a case competition it's held by NTU, National Taiwan University. And about this case competition, we come to very late. So we know about this very late, and so we have less time for preparation. So we take D&G, Dolce and Gabbana. It's like a luxury brand. So we take this topic for our case competition. And the method for the competition was like we need to make a small paper and we have to do research. we should write a report and the conclusion that what problem we are discussing. And on that competition, we discuss about the advertisement made by Dolce and Gabbana in the China, and it's like hurt their sentiment. So on that competition, like more than 21 team take participate, and most of them was from NTU, National Taiwan University, and student from undergraduate and even from the doctor degree. So on that competition, we placed on the top 7th rank. Well, it was not very good because we didn't was on the top, but for us it was moment of joy, because top 7 was not very bad for us, because we know that our competitors are well professional and well educated. So I was very happy that time, and also we get some reward. And the important thing I get is that the first experience, like it was my first time that I was taking any kind of activity or doing some competitions outside of my university. So I hesitate, but later it's very good, and we all were very satisfied with our performance, because before I was used to nervous in front of the strangers. So if anyone in front of me that I cannot speak, or I cannot even talk in front of other person if I don't know them. But on that day, in front of the judges and the students and many persons come to see the competition, I talk briefly and I present myself very well. So I was very satisfied with my performance, and that was an unforgettable experience for me, because that was teaching me that how I can stand in front of people, and it was like, for me it was proud moment. Yes. So now I will tell you something about my Chinese learning experience that I learned in the Taiwan. So first of all, I want to tell you that if foreigner students come to Taiwan or they started to learning Chinese, then what kind of problem they can face. So basically, I think so many kind of problem. So like writing and the tone, listening and speaking, and even the major words. Because Chinese is very different. Chinese character are not like English alphabets. So you can like just remember 26 characters, 26 words, and it will be enough for you. You can merge the words and you can make a sentence. Then it's not going like that in the Chinese, because if you haven't seen the word, or if you haven't written the word, you cannot recognize it just by seeing. So it was very difficult while writing. And Chinese have tones. Yes, they have 4 tone and also 1 neutral tone. It's like in English or even in my mother tongue, we no need tone. We talk on our expression or our mood. But in Chinese, it's like you need to care about the first tone, second tone, third tone, or fourth tone. You just make a small mistake and the whole word could be changed. So this was also a very big issue for me when I started learning Chinese. And then I start spending time on the listening and speaking. I listen songs and watch movies. But at the beginning it's like I'm watching display and also watching the subtitles, because when they speak something I cannot understand, then I need to saw the subtitles. So as I told you, there are so many measure words in the Chinese language. Like every word have different measure word. Even the phone, school, bed, cup, tea, everything have different measure words. So at the beginning it was very hard to remember for each and every measure word, but later it's become very easy. So I want to tell you the right technique, and it is also a key point that you can learn. And I was also making the mistake on the first time that I used to write a word like 100 times, but during that exam I completely forgot. Even in the next day I forgot what I was writing last night, and it makes me so disappointed. So I figured a perfect way to how you can remember the characters of Chinese. If some students who are watching this video and want to learn about the Chinese learning, then it will be very helpful for you. And I want to share with you that you should buy some cards, and on the one side you need to write the Chinese word, and you should write the pinyin or chuyin according to your interest, what you are interested in. And on the back you need to write the English, what is the mean in the English or even in your native language. And later, like one day, you need to do 20 cards. You need to write 20 cards and just see the words and write 2 and 3 times, and then close your eyes and write it. Don't care that you are writing correct or not, because it's not only writing for your on the book or on your note. You want to recognize in your mind, and you should remember in your mind what was the strokes for the character. So when you remember, just flip the card and do same thing with the other cards. After doing 20 times, you will get the first card you write on the first time. So now, just by seeing the English, you need to remember what is the Chinese form of this card, and close your eyes and try to write what was the character. And if you cannot recognize, then do it again. Check the Chinese word, write it 2 times, and then close your eyes, write it 2 times, and just flip the cards. Do it for like 2.5 hours or 3 hours a day, and trust me, you will never forget any word in your whole life if you practice Chinese sometimes. Now I will tell you about benefit of learning Chinese in Taiwan. It's like there are a lot of benefit if you learn Chinese in Taiwan, because if you learn Chinese in Taiwan, and then they will help you to get you right. They won't laugh you, right? If you say any Chinese characters or any Chinese word in front of any Taiwanese, then they will appreciate you. 他们不会开你的玩笑，他们会那个你这边不对哦，你应该说对，这样的话呢就比较好，所以你下一次注意。So they will tell you should be careful over here, and then your Chinese will be very good. They always admire you, even if you say something, even a little. So they will say, "Oh, 加油, keep going." So this will give you moral boost, so you will be like, yes, I'm getting good, or I'm on the right path. So it's very helpful. Also, if you learn Chinese in Taiwan, then teacher will also suggest you to learn Chuyin, the performer. The benefit for learning Chuyin is that when you typing Chuyin in your keyboard, even in your cell phone, and even you writing on the notebook, then you also need to write the tones with Chuyin. But it's not really need for the pinyin if you write on the computer or on your mobile. So if you learn Chuyin, then you will never forget the tones, the correct tones that you will use on the word. So it's very helpful. And one more thing is that every university in Taiwan, they have like a Chinese institution. So it will be like if you studying your master or your undergraduate or even your doctor, and you also want to learn Chinese, then you no need to go so far, because definitely that school will have Chinese study and Chinese learning. So, and the fee is also not so expensive. And I also know that the Chinese Culture University have their own Chinese language institution in the downtown, and a lot of students study Chinese over there, and they also are the students of the degree program in our university. So I think you can also consider about this. Now I want to tell you about this bachelor students and about the master student. What is difference between them? So what is the significance of the studying master? Like as it's not in the bachelor degree, the students have like they are not very responsibilities, you know, like they just have fun. They are not very curious to learn something, and they will like have fun during learning, and they enjoy the class actually, and they always like talking in the class and having fun, eating during class and doing chit chat, and just they follow their school schedule and do the examination. They do study. I don't say they don't, but they get much fun than our master students. And in our master, like we have less exam compared to the bachelor students, but we have to make a report, and it should be the academic. It cannot be like you want to write anything and just you do. We also have to do the analysis. So as I told you, the master students, they're starting worrying and prepare for the future, because they know now I'm 25, 26 or 27. If I don't pay attention on my master right now, then I will have difficulties on my future, and maybe the difficulties on the during the job. So they're really careful for that and very worry for that. And for the master student, we have less lesson about etiquette, but we have so much to do about the preparations. And now I will talk about something about Taiwan and India. How Taiwan and India is little different. So first thing I want to tell you about the food. The food is the most different thing of compared to the India and Taiwan, because they are way different. Like the Taiwanese food are like half cooked and they don't fry it too long, and the taste is very good and the light taste. I want to tell you that when I come to the Taiwan first time, I don't know how to use chopsticks, so I take out and go to the room and use my hand to eat. But later I learned how to use chopstick, and then after I started enjoying the Taiwanese food. So now Taiwanese food is my kind of favorite one. But the Indian food are little different, and we don't have so much varieties. We do have, but not like Taiwanese food. And our most of the food we use Indian curry. As you know that Indian curry is the world famous curry compared to the Japan or other Korean curries. So you can have try, and because our Indian food are overcooked, if someone make the curry, even it's so hard to recognize what kind of vegetable we used inside of the meal. So it's very different than Taiwan. And also about the money values, yes, Taiwan is very expensive than India. It's like 2 times or 3 times expensive than India. I want to do price comparison about the Taichung, Taipei, and my hometown, and also to my capital city of my country is New Delhi. The price are very different. Even if you will be surprised to know that the price comparison in Taichung and Taipei is very different. The room rent, then food cost, and even the travel expenses is very different. In India, like in Taiwan, if you use $100 to buy your lunch, then in India you only need to spend $50 and you can get so good lunch there. So prices are very, very different. And something about the education, I want to tell you that in India, exams are stress are very very high because we have family pressures. I'm not saying like every family is like that, but most of they have like they have their own desire that their children can achieve this. Like they want my children become a doctor or a policeman or army or anything. They don't, sometimes they don't care about the what your children want to be, what your kids want to learn. And is it their like passion, they want to do this job. Sometimes family, they don't care about this, and they do pressure to like, you should study this. So this is the one more thing about the India. And yes, you should know that Indians are very good in IT and maths, you know. That's why in the India the job is very competitive. Even not only job, the school admission are very competitive. Like you need, if you want to get the admission or if you want to get that job, then you have to compete with so many students in the India. So it's like different than Taiwan, because if you want to do something and it's your like desire or your goal, and if you are not achieving right now, so you can do small job and have like you will have many opportunities later. So in Taiwan, it's like first you can do a small job for a while and you can keep reading or keep doing for your achievement, and later you can try again and again. But in India, if you don't get your goal in few attempts, then it will be very hard to get it later. So Taiwan have less pressure compared to India in this condition. So on the final, I want to share with you about my gains, what I learned, and all over my thinking. So I want to tell you that like every student should have experience to study abroad. Yes, any kind of program you can choose, even for the full degree, or even for the exchange student, and even for the learning study. But yes, in your life, during your student life, you at least should go for abroad for your study, so you will know about that country and how you can study in the different environment, because it's very important to understand like how you can learn in different circumstance, because now that time you will be surrounded with a different type of students, and will be have so many type of culture in front of you, and you will be surrounded with that. In that condition, can you read or can you study? Because now that time you will be not Indians in front of you, and so you should be very good on that, and you should be prepared yourself for that, because later in future might be you will go outside, or your company will send you for the task in the other country, and your team member will be from different nation. Then will you be the good coordination with them? So yes, you should like go for abroad for your study. And then one more thing I want to tell you about, do not rely only one language. That if you are learning English, if you are an Indian and you are learning English, then you only not should be dependent on that English. You, during that time, you can learn Chinese or any other kind of language you can learn. If you have good possibilities, then or good management over there, then you can tell to your school to provide some other classes, so it will be helpful for you in near future. And I'm telling you, I'm quoting you this because language will be like very funding stable international business relationship. Yes, because it will be give you ability to communicate with multiple cultures or multiple consumers. So if that time, if you, as example, if you know Russian and by chance you got a chance to go to Russia for your business work, and you can have a communication in the Russian language, then you will have different impact on the consumer or on the your retailer or your partners. So it will be help you very much in your near future. So 人生定位及努力一样重要. And thank you for the manager Lin, and thank you for the IOH. In this lecture, I took some picture, and this is the reference of the picture. So thank you for listening my lecture, and hopefully you have enjoyed the IOH. Keep going, 加油!